right, let's move on to our next topic. We're talking about the firing of some coaches here. Kliff Kingsbury, Lovie Smith both got canned, I believe, yesterday. Jim Harbaugh getting talked to with the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton, he got requested to be spoken to with the Denver Broncos, and I forgot the other team he was asked to, be interviewed by. But let's start with the first one. Kliff Kingsbury, are you surprised he got fired?
A little bit. But I mean, they signed him to a pretty, didn't he have quite a long deal?
He's getting paid by the Arizona Cardinals until 2027.
Yeah.
So he's there. He's getting paid for them by another.
I don't know why. Why did they fire him? I don't know. Maybe it's Kyler Murray is whispering in the owner's ear.
Could be.
On that one, which if he was and the owner listened, I think that was a mistake. So I don't think Kingsbury's that bad. Actually, I mean, look at last year. Halfway through the season, he was undefeated. And then things kind of just fell apart. I don't know, right. Injuries and things like that. So I think I think he's pretty talented. I'm a little surprised he got fired.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think he'll want to coach again this year?
Oh yeah.
Who do you think will sign him?
I'm not sure he'll be a head coach. Maybe he'll be a coordinator or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you'd probably say what, the Patriots? Because
maybe I wouldn't mind him being their coordinator. He's a pretty good offensive mind.
Maybe. Let's go with the next one. Lovie Smith, surprised he got fired.
I'm not surprised, actually.
Really?
He only won 3 games, right? I mean, he's an older guy too, so they may think, you know what, we're still in a kind of a rebuilding mode. We should go with somebody younger. I don't think he's a bad coach, though. I mean, he was a coach for the Bears for a long time, right? And he had some good seasons with them. He's a stand-up guy, quality guy, well-respected, and he just had a tough season. I think they were in a lot of those games, they just couldn't seem to win.
Almost beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Almost beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll get hired this year?
He'll get hired as a coordinator, probably.
Coordinator?
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be another I don't think he'll be a head coach again.
Jim Harbaugh, will he get signed to an NFL team this year?
I think there'll be a lot that want him. I think it'll be hard to land him.
Okay.
I think
so is that a no?
I think he'll wind up back at Michigan.
Okay. That's interesting. And Sean Payton, will he come back coaching in the NFL?
I heard that he may go back to the Saints, and that Brady may go there. That's what they were talking about.
Rex Ryan made that, made that point.
Yeah. Rex Ryan didn't think he would go to the Broncos, and I kind of agreed with him.
Yeah.
Because the Broncos, they're going to have a long time before they can draft anybody.
Yeah.
They gave up all their picks for Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson played a little better after they fired Hackett. But still, there was a small sample. He might still be not very good. So I don't think Sean Payton's going there. Maybe he would go to the Rams if McVay stepped aside.
I think that would be a good idea, actually. Yeah. If McVay steps aside, I think that'd be a really good choice. This is a rumor. I don't think this is true. If the Dolphins would have lost, if the Dolphins would have missed the playoffs, there was a rumor that Mike McDaniel would get fired. Do you think McDaniel could get fired?
Now that they made the playoffs, probably not.
Okay, but you think there might have been a chance if they missed the playoffs?
Yes.
Woo! Why do you think that?
Because he lost all those games in a row. I mean, they were 8-3, and then he lost every game until the last one, and he only won that one by 9-6.
11-6.
11. Well, the last 2 points, right, were the Jets trying to lateral it. They lateral it all the way back out of their own end zone. Come on. I mean, they could only score 9 points legitimately against the Jets. I don't know. That guy,
that game was terrible.
That was a terrible game. Unwatchable game. So, I don't know. That guy, I think that it's interesting. They played the Bills pretty competitively in the last game they played them, right? It was a very cold game. The weather was tough, and the Dolphins looked pretty good. I mean, that was a close game. So whether they can repeat that or not remains to be seen. But I'd be surprised, actually. Ooh. They did. I think the Bills are going to smoke them. That's my prediction.
I agree. Bills are going to absolutely crush them, especially because Tua isn't even cleared to play yet. He's still dealing with a concussion.
How did Mike McDaniel? How did he become a head coach? Does he ever play football? He doesn't look like someone who ever played any football.
He was, I think he was the offensive play caller for the 49ers. They went to the NFC Championship game. The offense looked pretty good. He got hired. I think
did he ever play football? He doesn't look like he ever was a football player.
He's sort of a scrawny guy.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think he's a pretty smart play caller, truthfully. I think it's a great pickup because look at Tua this year. Tua looked great. And then he had, 2 concussions and 3 head injuries.
Yeah.
And he all of a sudden became, maybe life-threatening brain injury, brain damage potentially. He may not even play another snap in the NFL. Who knows? But when it comes to Kliff Kingsbury,
well, that's where McDaniel kind of mismanaged it at the beginning. When he had the first injury, he should have held him out longer.
Yeah.
That might have made a big difference the rest of the year.
Lovie Smith, I was surprised Lovie Smith got fired, actually. I think they should have given him another chance, honestly, because he didn't particularly coach horrible. It's just that it's the Texans. The Texans haven't been good since 2018 with Deshaun Watson. Yeah. And that was only for 2-3 years.
You think the Browns are happy that they did all they did to get Deshaun Watson? No. He doesn't look good.
No, he looks rusty. Yeah. He looks very, very rusty.
How long are you going to be rusty? He played 4 or 5 games, right?
Yeah.
You'd think by the end, the rust would be off.
Maybe.
The Browns' uniforms look like rust. Maybe that's their problem. Everybody's rusty on that team.
Hey, Amari Cooper played pretty well. Nick Chubb was good, but Lovie Smith, I was surprised.
I think that Deshaun Watson's a bust. I really do. He proved it in this last
coming
game.
back, he did not.
And they paid him a fortune.
Yeah.
Right? To put up with all his BS, too, all the crap that he did, to suffer through all that.
Yeah.
They would have been better off hanging on to Baker Mayfield.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one, Chief. Yeah. But Lovie Smith, I was surprised because I think he actually, kept some games close, almost beat the Cowboys. It's kind of funny. You said Lovie Smith was a coach for the Bears. He gifted the Bears one last gift before he got pieced out of Houston by giving them the number 1 overall draft pick for this draft. So
maybe that's why they fired him. Because he won the game.
Maybe
if he'd lost, they would have kept him.
Maybe. Yeah. Kliff Kingsbury, I was not that surprised, actually. The offense looked bad.
That's an interesting observation that he gave his former team the first-round pick.
Yeah, maybe.
By beating them. Did Fields play in that game? Justin Fields? Did he play?
No,
he didn't play.
Nathan Peterman.
Oh, you're right.
Tim Boyle.
That Nathan Peterman. How the hell he's still in the NFL is beyond me. Anytime he's gotten in there, he's
always gotten benched.
He's thrown a lot of completions to the other team, mostly, and then they bench him, and they benched him in this game too, right?
Yeah.
Even though he did okay,
he didn't play that bad, and they brought in Tim Boyle, and one of his first throws is an interception. So
yeah.
I don't know. The Bears have issues. Kliff Kingsbury, I was a little bit surprised by, actually. It's just, I wasn't surprised by Kliff Kingsbury. The offense just wasn't good. Kyler Murray was afraid to run. The offense just, this Cardinals were a mess. And then Jim Harbaugh. I think the way I see this, Jim Harbaugh will go to the Broncos. I think there's more value in staying in Michigan, but I think he'll actually come back to the NFL because actually the Broncos, I think, are a great fit.
Why would he go to the Broncos?
Because they need a better offensive line and an improved run game. That's what Jim Harbaugh does really well. Michigan had a great run game and a good offensive line. And then Russell Wilson could maybe succeed. Who knows? And then Sean Payton, I think he'll come. I think
he's going to come back. Maybe not this year though. Maybe he'll wait one more year. But I do think he'll come back.
It's just a question of which team.
Yeah, I don't think he's going back to the Saints though. Do you? I mean, that seems a little bit of a long shot.
No.
Why would he leave him in the first place if he was going to go back?
Right. It's just a question of where will he go? Because he's not going to be a coordinator. That's the first thing.
I would say the Rams.
He's going to be a coach. Rams may be a great fit for him. Yeah. And you know what? By the end of we may come back to this coaching carousel again, and maybe more coaches get fired. Maybe more coaches have gotten fired. I just haven't checked Twitter yet for the breaking news. But I don't know. I'm going to say Sean Payton. I think he'll come back. Jim Harbaugh. I think he comes back. Lovie Smith, I'm surprised.
You think he comes back to the NFL?
NFL, yeah. I think. I mean, I was surprised. I was surprised Lovie Smith got fired. I think they might have given him one. They should have given him one more year because the Texans kept some games close. It's just the Texans are a horrible job right now. A horrible job. What coach in history? I don't even think Bill Belichick could make that team into a potential playoff. And not even that. Not even. I don't even think Bill Belichick could make that team into a competitor for the top of their division. The Houston Texans job is so bad. You need a quarterback. You need a better offensive line. You need more wide receivers. Your defense needs a lot of work. The entire team needs a lot of work.
What about Davis Mills? Do you think he's a keeper?
No, I don't think so. He had a great rookie year, second best rookie, and then just fell off a cliff. I don't know. It's the Texans.
He was in there at the end this season, right?
He got benched, and then I think they brought him back. Yeah, so because was it Jeff Driscoll? I think was a quarterback in some of those games. He wasn't particularly great, but I'm a little surprised by this.